Okay, so I haven't done an Empyrion video for a couple of weeks at least, and I wanted to show, I'm getting ready to, whoops, build a capital vessel. This is my little base. This is on my new, or latest game, I should say. So we already have a hovercraft. I've got a couple of small vehicles. This yellow one is mainly my little mining platform guy that I can fly down in. But I actually like this one better. It's actually smaller and easier to get down into the mine if I need to. Um, my farms, I have three by three grids. I'm not even using my third farm hardly at all. It's just got aloe for bandages and medkits. Uh, this is the beginnings of a CV, capital vessel. I laid down my main block right here. I've put a little cargo box here with all my main goodies, all the stuff you need to make a capital vessel, at least to equip it with just some of the basics. So I've got like my warp drive tank, my warp drive, fuel tanks, a generator, an RCS. I included a fridge and food processor. That's my ammo box, my gravity generator, a med kit, the oxygen station, and the tank. And all of that stuff will actually fit on this grid, which I think it's either 9 by 9 or 10 by 10 or 11 by 11. I can't remember which. It's something like that. It's a tight fit, but it does all fit. Excuse me. As soon as I get those things on, the next step I'll need to do is figure out where I'm going to put the directional thrust engines, the main engine, which is probably just going to be back here. All I really want this for is a quick, fast platform to move onto planets. And I may make one more floor above this, or make this slightly wider to hold an advanced constructor, just so I can quickly get to a planet, establish a base on that planet, and then use this as my transport back and forth. It's not meant to be any kind of weaponized platform. I will put some generic turrets and guns on it just for some self-defense. But it's not going to be used for like base takeovers or anything like that. And none of my current small vessels are really equipped to do that very well either. The main thing I want to do is get established on a planet or two where I can get the raw materials that are required to make power, whatever these are, power coils. Power coils require erestrum and zirconium, and yeah, I've already got 9, and you probably may or may not need many more than that, but I would prefer to play it safe. That's how I've always done RPG games and RTS games. I tend to build up as many resources as I possibly can before then I move on to take over the game. So that's what I'm going to do in this game. Although while I was looking through here on the things that I need for a capital vessel, nothing really that I recall actually called for power coils. It did require a ton of flux coils, but really all you need to make flux coils, oh come on, oh here we go, is sathium and silicon. I got plenty of silicon here on the planet, and sathium, this is Akuba or whatever that planet is, with a atmosphere, and it has a meteor field or asteroid belt around it that's got tons of sathium. And you can even mine sathium off of its moon. And you can also do neodymium up there as well, excuse me. So I'm not really too worried about flux coils, it's just power coils. So originally the way I had planned to set these things out, let me just show you how big a warp drive. Warp drives are huge. They take up like a 5x5 block on your ship. So yeah, it's a 5x5. I had to, and you can see that. Let me, I wonder if I can jump this without dying. Oh, go back. There. So yeah, they are huge and they take up a ton of space. And my original plan was to put this sort of somewhere in the middle and build everything around it. But I'm starting to favor putting this to one side, and then I'll have more space, walking space around it. In fact, let's go up here where you can see better. So yeah, I'm thinking putting it here on the side, and then out here along the edges I'll put like the fuel tanks and all of the other things that you need. The only other thing that's even sort of big is the gravity generator, and that's a 2x2x2 cube. And the generator, the large generator, it's only 1 wide by, I want to say 5 long by 2 tall. No, that's not right. Seems like it's 3 long, because what I had been thinking of doing was putting the warp coil down, which is actually 2 cubes tall. Yeah, and the large generator is 3 cubes tall if you stand it on end. So if you don't mind having a ship that's that tall on a main level, 3 cubes high, which becomes 5 cubes, 1 for the floor and 1 for the ceiling, and the 3 in between. That might be an interesting way to configure it so it seems like it doesn't take up quite so much space. And so one way is thinking of doing that is if I shove this towards the front and put the generator on the back and in the center, it would poke up a little bit into the tail section and be hidden by the tail of my vessel. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm going to stop this video while I sit here and play around with this, because I could play around with setting up a CV for hours. So I'm not going to subject you to that. And anyway, I hope you are having a good time with whatever games you are playing. We'll talk to you later.